Welcome to Cambridge tutorial. Today I'll be solving Cambridge Lower Secondary Checkpoint Mathematics question of 2025. Paper 1, Mathematics. Let's dive into the questions. Question number 1. The table gives information about sequence A and sequence B. The first 5 terms, the next term, and the end term. Complete the table with the next term in sequence B. When you look at sequence A, this is 1 square, this is 2 square, this is 3 square, this is 4 square, this is 5 square, and the next term is 6 square, which is 36, and the end term is n square. So the 7th term is 7 square, the 100th term is 100 square. But look at this now. This is 1 square plus 1, this is 2 square plus 1, and this is 3 square plus 1, and this is 4 square plus 1, and this is what, 5 square plus 1. So here will be 6 square plus 1, which is 37, and the end term is n square plus 1. N square plus 1. So the 37 is the next term, and the end term is n square plus 1. Tick to show if each piece of data is quantitative or qualitative. The name of a country where a person is from is qualitative, is not quantitative. The number of books a person owns is quantitative. You can quantify it, but the name of a country cannot be quantified. So it's qualitative. Draw a ring around the most appropriate unit for measuring of volume of water. Water is in liters. Measuring of volume of water. This is mass. This is length. This is mass also. So, but this is liters. So this liters has to do with volume. Liters has to do with volume. Mia buys some sweets. Toffees cost 9 cents. If Toffees cost 9 cents and chocolate costs 11 cents each, Mia buys tea Toffees plus C chocolate, and the total cost is 129 cents. 129 cents. Draw a ring around the equation that represents the information. 9 Toffee costs 9 cents each. Okay, so T times 9 plus chocolate costs 11 cents each. So chocolate times 11, that will give us 129. So it's going to be 90 plus 11C is equals to 129. So this will be the answer. Make M the subject of the formula. So if H is equals to M cube, so I'm going to cube both sides. So this cube will cancel the cube. So M becomes the cube root of H. So M equals the cube root of H. Shen starts to draw the graph of y equals to x squared plus 1. Complete the graph for y equals to x squared plus 1 between this and this. You may use the table, okay? So I have y is equals to x squared plus 1. So when x is 2, I have my y is equal to 2 squared plus 1, 4 plus 1, which is 5. So here is 5. The same my y, that is equals to x squared plus 1. This time around, x is 3. So my y becomes what? 3 squared plus 1, which is 10. So my y is 10. So when x is 2, my y is 5. So when x is 2, my y is 5. This here. Now when x is 3, my y is 10. When x is 3, my y is 10 here. Now I will join the points together. The point will go this way. And go this way. Okay, this is how the graph will look like. Safia draws triangle P on a coordinate grid. She rotates triangle P by 90 degrees anti-clockwise about the center to make triangle Q. She then translates triangle Q by this to make triangle R. Tick to show if each pair is congruent, not congruent, or you cannot tell. Now, there are two transformations that occurs here. One is rotation. Then 2 is translation. Rotation change P to Q and translation change Q to R. Now listen, in both cases, the size of the shape will never change. For rotation, if the shape is like this, and you rotate it, the shape can either go this way, but the size remains the same. The size cannot change. For translation, if the shape is like this and you undergo translation, you're just sliding from one point to another point, maybe to this point, and the shape will never change. So in both cases, the shape remains the same, just it may change position, or it just only change position, but the shape remains the same. So in both cases, they are concurrent. Work out and give your answer as a fraction in its simplest form. Okay, this is 1 plus 1 over 5, then divided by 2 whole number. Okay, 2 minus 1 over 2. This is 4, this over 1, LCM is 5. So 1 divide this is 5, 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1, divided by 2 minus half is 1 and a half. Okay, so this will give me 6 over 5 divided by 3 over 2, and this will become 6 over 5 times 2 over 3. 1 here, 2. So your final answer is 4 over 5. The diagram shows a number line. Complete the boxes with the two closest whole number to square root of. So here you're supposed to be square root of 64 and here is supposed to be square root of 81. Okay, so the two whole number is going to be 9 and 8. Lily wants to find the average height of the 1000 students in her school. The students in her school are aged between 4 and 18 years old. Here is her plan to collect a sample of students. Choose one class of 18-year-old students in her school. Choose 5 students randomly from this class. Give 2 different reasons why her sampling method is biased. One, it choose 18. The people in her school is age 4 and 18. So is biased because she chooses a particular year group, a particular year group, that is people of 18 years. So it's not her sampling method is biased. Number 2, choose 5 students randomly from each class. No, her sample is small. Her data sample or her sample size, her data sample size is small. Here is an equation. Complete the table with different pairs or values of A and B. Okay, we can achieve 16 by saying 2 raised to the power of 4. Okay. 2 to the power of 4 is 16. Meaning that if I choose this one, that means that my A is 2 and my B is 4. I can also say 4 squared is equal to 16. Meaning that my A can be 4 and my B is 2. I can also say that 16 raised to the power of 1 is equal to 16. Okay, my A here can be 16 and my B can be 1. Thank you, viewers at home. This video is the part 1. Watch out for the part 2.